Hey everyone, how's it going? There's a lot going on in the world right now. There's a war going on in Israel and Iran. There was a politician assassinated recently in Minnesota. It's been pretty heavy out there. And there's one thing that's kind of been in the news that's really, really important for us mountain bikers, and I don't want it to get buried. So that's why I'm making this video. I want to keep this front and center for a lot of us, so that way we can take action. What is that, you might ask? Well, recently, Senator Mike Lee from the Beehive State, Utah, he introduced some legislation to try to sell off up to 3 million acres of our public land. A lot of this land has mountain bike trails on it. A lot of trails, actually. And if this land is sold, we're going to lose those trails. Our trails will basically be stolen from us, along with the land that they are on. Now, the lands that are for sale, being proposed for sale, are on the U.S. Forest Service system lands and Bureau of Land Management lands in 11 different states. Those states are Alaska, Arizona, California, Colorado, Idaho, Nevada, New Mexico, Oregon, Utah, Washington, and Wyoming. How Montana got out of this unscathed is beyond me, but yeah, those are the states where they're looking at selling up to 3 million acres of our public land. Let's just go take a look inside here, put this fire to bed for the time being, and take a look at what these lands are, where they're at, what trails could be impacted by this potential land grab. Here we have a map showing all of the lands that are eligible to be sold under this bill. Not all these lands would be sold. This is roughly 250 million acres. That's showing between BLM land here in this tan brown, and then green for National Forest System lands. But yeah, it's a good chunk. I mean, this is at 250 million acres. Up to 3 million of this could be sold. Some of you might be thinking, oh, that's just a small percentage. It's not. I mean, we should not be selling any large chunks of land through this type of means at all. But yeah, I mean, look here in Alaska, and this is pretty much all of the Chugach National Forest and the Tongass that's up to be potentially sold. I mean, that's a lot of critical habitat, a lot of critical land, and it just should not be privatized. Taking a closer look here at Grand Junction, really popular place to go ride bikes in Colorado on the western slope. You can see, yeah, there's a good chunk of land here just to the south of town that could be sold off. And what's on this chunk of land, you might ask, of BLM land? Well, lunch loops trails. That's what. Yeah, so pretty much all of these trails could become privatized. They could be sold off to the highest bidder, all the land here, and a gate could be put up. It could be turned into a housing development, and those trails would be gone forever. A lot of these trails, I can pretty much guarantee you, have been funded by us. We've raised the money to build these trails, to maintain these trails. Our volunteer hours have gone into a lot of this work, and to privatize them, to bulldoze them and turn them into houses, that's just a big slap in the face, if you ask me, and I cannot stand for that. Let's jump on over to Moab, shall we? As you can see here, yeah, this is right where pretty much the city of Moab is, and there's a lot of potential BLM land that could be sold off, and some Forest Service land up here in the LaSalle Mountains. Looking at our trails here, yeah, a lot of trails could be gone. Some good chunks of the whole Enchilada Trail, Porcupine Rim, all that good stuff could be gone. Yeah, it would be devastating to this area to lose those trails. And we need to do our part and make sure this does not happen. Pretty heavy stuff, huh? And I know what some of you are thinking, didn't we just go through this in the House like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? We did. The House of Representatives and their budget reconciliation bill, but we did our due diligence. We called our politicians and everything, and that got removed. But now here we are with the Senate, because in America we have the two chambers of Congress, the House and the Senate. The Senate is doing their own budget bill, and Senator Mike Lee has introduced stuff in there to sell up to 3 million acres. So what do we got to do? We got to make our voices be heard. You have to call your senators, write your senators. Every state has 2 senators. Call them both. Contact Senator Mike Lee in Utah. Tell him to keep his hands off our lands and off our trails. Now when you call and write your senators, be civil, be professional. Remember folks, you can catch a lot more flies with honey than you can with vinegar. Please, please, please contact your representatives or your senators. Let them know that you do not approve of this, and let's put a stop to this type of land grab once and for all. Remember folks, we're all in this together, and I'm pulling for you. Thanks, and have a good one.